and I'm back in the kitchen to show you one of my new favorite recipes. First, I obviously have a new hair color. I've had this before, but yes, I'm not wearing a wig or anything. I just have very shiny dark hair right now, so needed to change it up a little bit. Anyways, I am here to show you my new favorite recipe. I've been making at least once or twice a week. Some of you that follow me on Instagram have probably seen this, but I'm going to show you my favorite pizza to make. So this is very simple, very filling, and super delicious. I don't even remember the last time I've went and got pizza out. And I absolutely love those Little Caesars commercials. They make me kind of want to get pizza out, but I haven't needed to because this totally hits my craving. So first thing you're going to want to do, depending on your oven, I preheat mine to 400 degrees. So I get that going. And what I'm going to use is the P28 flat wraps. So if you guys haven't tried these, go to p28foods.com, use my promo code for 10% off. If you're going to buy anything from P28, you have to at least try the flatbreads. These are amazing, and I've done pizza before with, I think, the Ezekiel tortillas. Of course, there's tons of different substitutes you can use. Nothing compares to the P28 wrap for what it does for pizzas, and I've heard that from tons of people. It's just perfect for your pizza and hits the craving. So what I do is I use one of these P28 flat wraps, and I actually only use half of one. What I'm also going to add to it is just some pizza sauce. I buy Prego pizza sauce. I use a little bit of that. I'm going to use some fat-free mozzarella. I'm in the process of starting to cut down my diet a little bit, have to watch my fat, so I do use the fat-free mozzarella. I'm going to put some lean, this is 95% ground burger on there. You could do turkey burger, chicken, whatever you want. And then just to season it up, I'm going to use a little dinosaur barbecue sauce. This is actually a Syracuse favorite, but you can get this stuff around in different places. But I like this barbecue sauce because it's a little more liquidy. Sugar's pretty low on it, and carbs are pretty low for barbecue sauce. Typically that's very high. 2 tablespoons of this only has 7 carbs, which are mainly all sugar, 6 grams of sugar. But I typically just use a tablespoon of this to drizzle on top and give it a nice barbecue taste. It's optional, up to you, but it really kind of makes the pizza. I think gives it a little something special and adds a little sweetness. And then I'm just going to season it up with my favorite Mrs. Dash's here, Italian medley and tomato basil. Okay, so real easy. First thing I'm going to do is I have a pan all laid out. This is the size of a half a flatbread. See, size of my head, it's pretty big. And that's all you need is a half. I've made a whole before, and it's too filling. I actually don't need a full one. So what I'm going to do is just spray my pan, a little Pam spray first so it doesn't stick. Okay. And I've got, that's your pizza crust. And I'm going to add on about 1/4 of a cup of pizza sauce. You can use whatever you want for this. I've used marinara sauce. You could just use tomatoes or tomato paste. But this pretty much does the trick. 1/4 of a cup of that. So just spread that on there. I like making sure I cover it completely. You could do less sauce depending on what you like. I like it saucy. Okay, put that down. Clean that up later. I'm doing a 1/2 cup of the fat-free mozzarella. Up to you. I've done 1/4 of a cup before. This is going to be end up being very high in protein between the meat, the cheese, the P28 flat. So depending on what your macro needs are, but I like the cheese. I actually really like the fat-free cheese. I'm normally not into a lot of fat-free diety kind of products, but you know, the fat-free mozzarella really hits the spot. You know, if you need to watch your calories, your fat grams, this is a nice way just to kind of make stuff taste good. Even if you're like not a big vegetable person and you like don't like to just eat broccoli, well, getting some like fat-free mozzarella or cheddar is a great way to like add a little flavor, not a ton of calories. Yeah, I know some of you are gonna say, but it's not natural if it's fat-free. It's got all this, you know what? Whatever, to each their own. This is what I like to do. Sprinkle on my hamburger. Try to make it even because you need an even ratio in every bite of cheese to meat. Yep. So there's a pretty hefty meat pizza. Okay, like I said, you could do less. You could do 2 to 3 ounces, whatever you want. But I'm hungry. I got a good workout in this morning. I'm gonna add my seasonings on right now. Tomato, basil, Italian medley. So yeah, I got a good workout in. This is my favorite thing to eat on the weekend post-workout. Quick, and it really hits the spot. Okay, so all we've got left is I'm gonna add a tablespoon of my dinosaur barbecue sauce. Like I said, this is optional, but it really does kind of give it a little something special. I just kind of slowly drizzle it. Yeah, and you can see a tablespoon is plenty. So that only adds a few more carbs to the recipe, and this is fairly low on carbs anyways. So there you go, that's all it takes. Look how hefty and delicious and meaty that pizza is. So I am gonna put this in the oven right now for probably about 10 minutes. But what I'm gonna suggest you do is don't go too far if you haven't cooked with a P28 flat wraps yet. It really can be a matter of a minute that it could go from being the perfect consistency, nice and crispy, to burnt. So depending on your oven, just kind of stay close and keep an eye on it around between like 8 to 12 minutes, somewhere within that range. So I'm gonna pop this baby in and show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right guys, it was 10 minutes exactly in my oven, and I don't know if you can capture and see how amazing this pizza looks and smells. It is so good. It seriously is my favorite thing to eat. Like, if you're behind in your food for the day maybe a little bit and you just want something filling, super quick to make, super delicious, and it's very well balanced. I love the macros on this. Like I said, it's a little higher protein, about 50-ish grams of protein for what I've used, about 27 carbs, and 10 grams of fat. So for me, this is like a perfect meal, and you can adjust this as much as you need to. Lower fat, maybe go with chicken or turkey. If you want to throw some veggies on there, do it up. You know what I'm saying? You can do this however you want. Maybe you omit the cheese for you non-dairy folks out there. Whatever you need, but this is super delicious. You won't regret it. I'm telling you, you have to use the P28 flats for it. Once you do, you'll never crave pizza out again. It's so good. So yeah, I think that's about it. I want to go eat my pizza, so please like this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and keep checking back.